Hello guys, I'm Fizzy and welcome back to another League race video. This time we're back in the AOR Formula Renault 3.5 League on Project Cars, and this is rounds 11 and 12 for another feature and sprint race. And this time we are at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca, currently on our best qualifying lap from the session. And navigating some traffic there, which is not quite what I wanted, but that's how it is. And there's more traffic with some smoke in the middle there. Luckily, he managed to get out of the way. So, yeah, this qualifying lap hasn't gone quite to plan so far in the first half. But overall in Laguna Seca, we're coming up off the back of Road America, where I showed good pace, even though the feature race didn't go at all to plan. This race is a bit opposite Laguna Seca. I'm not really getting along with this track too much, to be honest. Really was struggling. It's obviously probably the most tricky track for this car actually that we go into this season. So already we are at the final corner in this qualifying lap. Doing it pretty decently indeed. We're currently P3 provisionally. Let's see if we can improve crossing line. No, we do not. We just improve our time, not our position. And as you can see, as the results are up, we dropped to P4 by the end, with one tire, my teammate, actually taking pole position there ahead of Today, who I'm fighting with in the championship. Currently 16 points behind him in the championship going into this event. And then, interestingly, Govek, who hit me in the feature race last time out, he started at the back of the grid here after serving a qualifying ban. So, the lights are coming on now. We're just gonna have to jump into it, even though we don't feel too comfortable, and just see what we can get out of it. And that's a very slow start. The car behind starting a lot faster. Seems to be a few cars spinning off back there as well, even before we have managed to reach the corner on this track. We've been jumped by Esteban Visa. I don't know if you had a delayed green light there or something, but certainly I don't think my reactions were that bad to be so much slower than everyone else off the line. We managed to hold it around Esteban, though, on the outside of the second corner, actually. And I think he's still trying to hold it around the outside there, but now we've got the position. So just about claiming or keeping that P4. Nearly running wide there as well, but haven't dropped the position at least. Top 3 looking good. One tire has managed to retain the lead ahead of Today. I really need him to hold Today up here, to be honest, because unlike at Run America, when I seem to have a slight edge on Today on pace, it's the opposite around here, and those two up ahead are getting very, very close, going down the corkscrew, which is such an awkward corner in this car. It really doesn't suit this car at all. You really bottom out a lot going down that steep hill, and then the curb there on the penultimate corner, almost throwing me off the track. It's about getting very close behind it, but we're still P4 after the first out of the 26 laps are completed in this race. And Today actually challenging one tire into turn 2. One tire just about holding on there. I'm almost focusing more on that battle than my own driving right now. And there we go. One tire spotted. Oh, and he's in my way, and I've lost control trying to avoid him as well. Oh, that's gone completely tits up, and now the engine has stalled as well. And as usual, I take my time to get that back up and running. Not quite used to that, to be perfectly honest. And we dropped all the way down to 11th place out of the 20 cars in the race. Yeah, that's gone badly. Just like the feature race last time out. We're not quite at the back of the grid this time, but at Road America I had more potential to really claw my way back because I had better pace. Here we didn't. Here I'm not that comfortable, but at least Wise Guy's gone off, so we're back into the top 10 now. Seri, the next car up ahead. So it's going to be another comeback drive here. So Stokemon is going slow, which is appropriate because I've been playing a lot of Pokemon lately. Yeah, another comeback drive. We can only hope that something happens to Today as well, but he obviously took the lead after one tire spin there. Speaking of spins, that was a near spin for both Seri and myself. Luckily, I managed to get a slightly better exit in the end, meaning I managed to get another position back, P8 now. But now there is a 7 seconds gap up to Stelling, who is the next car up ahead. So at the start of lap 3, 23 laps to go, we have a lot of work to do in this race. So we are now on lap 5, a few back markers there. DPC Liker, and there is one tire. Oh, he's done another little mistake there. One tire started on pole. He's my teammate, of course, not going to help the team championship for us. He's giving me another position in this race. P7. As per Disky, now the backmarker is a little bit dangerously going off the track and back onto the racing line. Luckily I managed to spot it in time. Only lost a few tenths of a second. And then Stelling on lap 8 now. We're really catching up to him. He had a big problem through the kink midway through the lap. Going through the corkscrew. Let's see if we can nail that and get a good run. Dropping down. It's like you're flying down the drop there. It really kind of feels like it anyway. And you really need to be careful on the throttle as well. And then through the final few corners there. Let's try to line up there this final corner then for a good run on the straight. As oh, there we go. Okay, we don't even need to line up a good run on the straight because Stelling just puts himself in the wall for us. That's very, very kind of him. Although obviously, yeah, not ideal for him. But we'll take the position. P6 now. Next car up the road is Hideaki over there, who is also struggling at the kink and going very, very slowly towards the corkscrew. Another free position for it. It's like everyone else are making a little bit of mistakes. My mistake was, of course, after being distracted by one tire half spinning in front of me. Everyone else seemed to be making mistakes kind of on their own, and then another dodgy curb there. Trying to... it's almost Codemasters-like curbs, this auto-spin on some of them. Luckily I managed to save it on both of the occasions where it's tried to throw me off the track so far. And then another awkward drop down to hit corkscrew. Esteban off the track there. It's another free position. We're literally just driving the race at the moment and picking up free positions here and there. Can't complain. Another free position. You might have noticed it, but Pedro was in the pits. So we are suddenly up into the podium positions. Not sure why Pedro was in the pits, but he was. So P3 still. I'm just driving around. And still not getting too much along with the track. And now I'm suddenly seeing ahead of me on lap 20 is Govak, he came from the back of the field up. I think he was leading at some point. I think he had passed today earlier in the race, but then he had some kind of incident and now he's off the track again. So we are ahead of him now, up to P2. Yeah, I think he had, if I remember correctly, I think he had some kind of DRS or failure to close DRS through a kink situation, meaning he spun off and hit something and got damage. But we're now at the final corner. Nothing really happened after passing Govak. Today won the race, unfortunately, in the sense that he's the guy I want to obviously gain points on, and unfortunately he was the only driver I did not gain points on in this race after finishing second. So, after being 11th though, after the first 2 laps, it's not really something we can complain too much about, but another feature race we've dropped points to today, not quite ideal. Here then is the results for, the qualifying results for the sprint race. Let's just move straight onto that one. Govak, showing his pace around here, straight on pole once he was allowed to do the qualifying session. Today out-qualified me again, he's in second. I'm starting from P3 on the grid for the sprint race. Hopefully we can get a better launch off the line this time and no delayed green lights. Here we go, revving the engine. And the green lights are out. And it's a better start this time. Unfortunately, today has jumped straight into the lead. And Pedro's had a flying start. Actually, my start wasn't actually good. It was just, it was better than Govak. But everyone else seems to have gotten a better one. So we're already down to P5, but on the inside line. One tire of those highly around the outside. So we dropped a couple of positions there. And can one tire get past Pedro on the outside? He can indeed. Pedro having to lift off to not squeezing him on the outside. And then there's a few cars running wide there, one tire being one of them. And we get a run on him as a result. No, not on this occasion. And it's frustrating at this point because we're just seeing today, having nailed the start, he's pulling away out in the lead and Pedro going slow through the kink. We managed to get a better exit on him. Inside line now for the corkscrew. It's not a good corner to go 2 by 2 through. Luckily though, Pedro's backed out of it, so we managed to claim the good line. I didn't hit the apex on the second part at all, so it wasn't the best line, but again in position. Now we got our teammate ahead of us again. Hopefully he won't half spin ahead of us this time. But yeah, we're just gonna have to try and challenge him, see if we can get past. And to hope something happens to today, because the top 2 today and Govak on pace around here. I had no chance, unfortunately. But I do have a chance to pass today when he does that. he's off the track, rejoining just behind me there. So we're up to the podium positions again, and Today is behind, so that is good. That is good for the championship. That is what we need. When we can't match Today on pace, we need something like that to happen. And as you can see now, on lap 6, Pedro is the car behind as well, so Today has had further problems. Maybe he had some damage somewhere along the line. I'm not quite sure, but either way, he's dropped down to P5 at best. While we are challenging one tire down the main straight. Not quite close enough. Into turn 2, and when you're that far back, you're not going to be able to hold it around the outside either. You're just going to have to keep going, keep putting the pressure on one tire. Hopefully, he will fall off the track for us or get a bad exit somewhere so that we can have a run. He's doing well though through these first few corners of the lap. And now on lap number 9, into the corkscrew we go. I feel like I've been so clumsy. It's probably the car more than me, but it's just such a clumsy corner to drive. And obviously, are quite suited for these cars. I'm not sure I've even seen open wheel racing around this track in real life. I'm sure some has happened. But, I feel like this is more a GT track, as one tire now has had a bit of a problem with that outside curb in the final corner. Spun off. We luckily managed to save it, but enough for me to get the position. Is he going to have a look back of the inside? We're leaving a little bit of room just in case there. But nailing the exit. So we're still ahead. And up to P2 in the race. Just we finish in the feature race. And the gap though to go back is 11 seconds. He's been able to run by himself on in front, showing his pace, and yeah, as long as he doesn't fall off the track like he did in the feature race, we will finish P2, and that is indeed what we will do. Again, nothing happened really since I made the overtake, and it's a double second place in these two races. Normally I would be excited about that, but I felt like I really wasn't driving to my potential. It was probably the track I struggled with most, so it was a frustrating event. But having finished second place in 2 races when I've been struggling, that's kind of not that bad after all, is it? And Today actually dropped to 5th position in the end in that sprint race, so we gained 1 point on him. 1 solitary point in the championship. We were 16 behind going in, we are now 15 behind going out. So, kind of glad to get Laguna Seca out of the way, to be honest. Normally it's the track I like, but in this car it just didn't suit me at all. We now have 4 races in 2 locations left to go for this season. Next time up, we are at Hockenheim, a track which I tend to enjoy normally. So hopefully it'll be the same case here. I'll leave it at that one for now. Hockenheim should be good. Hope you'll join me for that one as well next time out. For now though, thank you very much for watching this video. And I'll be back soon for more League Racing action. Until then, hope you have a good life, and I'll see you later. Bye.